What's up, guys? How's it going? Whoa. Here we are. This is the video. This is what we're doing. This is what we're in. I hired a bodybuilding coach. So I decided to do a bodybuilding show. I started the whole training process in March. Right now we're in end of July. So August will be month number 6. So we're going strong. Our competition is in September. So we are about 8 weeks out right now. So this is when the prep starts to get hard. Anyways, today we're gonna be talking about the coach. So my coach, I found through recommendations. This is how I found him. Recommendations, he was local at our rec center. I had heard good things about him and I decided to set up a meeting with him. And the meeting was kind of like an interview, or it really was an interview, but he interviewed me. It wasn't really me interviewing him, which I think worked out for the best because my knowledge on all the bodybuilding stuff just wasn't there. So like I said, he interviewed me. He basically asked like basic questions at first, like seeing what I knew about macros, just seeing like what my personality was like really. And then he asked me like why I wanted to compete. And my answer was to look better, to see how I'm gonna look at the end of it. I was starting at 240, like weight wise. So I was really, I wouldn't say chunky. I definitely did like a dirty bulk, which really was just getting fat. I was getting fat basically. So now I've dropped weight since then. Then after this meeting, he kind of warned me about how difficult it was gonna be and different side effects of like body dysmorphia and maybe just developing that and like saying how unhealthy it is to be at your prep weight, prep body fat percentage, and just you can't really stay consistently there. He gave me workout plan and nutrition to follow. So nutrition wise, he gave me the macros, and then he also sent some sheets over of examples of like meals I could make or things I should eat to meet those macros. So he sent that, and then he sent workout and cardio routine that I needed to follow at the beginning, and then we adjusted it since then, obviously, because we're, 5 months in, basically. So that, and then then for training, we had different types of training, such as like hypertrophic, strength training, and then failure sets, and then all of his lifts that we went through, or his workout routine, it's based off of your 1 rep max percentage. So a lot of the workouts were like 70 to 80%. And then we did a mentor like month. It was about like a month, probably like 2-3 weeks actually. 1 set, super heavy reps to failure, essentially. So we did that. Then we were also doing a steady state cardio during that time period. So we would do that and then we would walk, run, jog-ish for like 30 minutes after that, and we did that 4 times a week. And then we'd have our high interval training days, which is basically sprint walk, or you could do like on a bike or something like that. Basically going all out and then dialing it back for a minute and then going all out again. And then as far as workouts go, at the beginning, he gave me a logbook just so I can write everything down, track everything, track what weight I was doing, how I was feeling that day, and so I could look back to see what I ate, if I was like feeling absolutely amazing or feeling like trash. And then after he gave me these things, then we went to our weekly meetings, which is whenever we would check in, see how I was feeling. We would FaceTime once a week. He would update my nutrition and workouts as needed, like if we were not losing the amount of weight that we wanted to lose, or just not liking the numbers, or I was feeling like crap. And then in that meeting, go over the notes. Like I said, look back, see if I was eating bad stuff or whatever and feeling that way, or whatever I ate to feel amazing. And then a recap for the week, I would tell him how I was feeling, how the workouts went, stuff like that. Just that goes on. And then another thing that I like is he gave advice, just like in that meeting, but he also gives general knowledge about bodybuilding, just the posing, how important that is, eating, how hard it's gonna be, which it's definitely difficult to say no to certain things. And then we also talked about steroids, which is elephant in the room. You know, I'm competing naturally, so I'm not taking steroids, but just talking about like the risks of taking that and how some people do take that. You know, the other athletes that don't really say follow the rules when it comes to natural, just taking stuff and getting off of it. He also gave supplement advice. I have a list and I will show you guys the list, or talk about the list. It's a big list. Considerations is what he said. Beta-alanine, I'm not gonna describe every single one of them. Beta-alanine, essential amino acids, L-carnitine, glutamine, beta-hydroxy, zinc and magnesium, vitamin D, ashwagandha, and obviously creatine, we're taking that. Just talking about just stuff like that, just different benefits of each one and how to take it. So that was good advice. I'm not taking everything right now. I'm taking like fish oils and L-carnitine and creatine, and then beta-alanine as well. Obviously my pre-workout. Some of these are in pre-workout, but not ashwagandha or anything like that. So that, and then as far as the advice goes, he gives corrections and holds me accountable to what I'm doing and what I'm eating, like if I eat something bad that week or so on. Posing. So at first he was like, hey, you need to get a posing coach because I don't do posing, which honestly, for how much I'm paying this person, it's, you know, it's a good amount. So I mean, I was thinking that posing would be included, you know, like I'm not gonna do that by myself, but here I am, I'm practicing by myself, which obviously I didn't know at the beginning that I needed to do that. I thought it was gonna be like posing sessions that we would have. So I mean, just things to talk about beforehand, like if you're gonna have posing in person or just send videos or just gonna do it all on your own, you know? So what I did is I didn't end up hiring a posing coach. He came around and he was saying, I can help pose, but I'm not like the best, which is fine. I mean, posing is a really essential part to bodybuilding, but you know, I'm not gonna go out and pay someone else for just to help me with poses, you know, when he's available and willing to help me pose. So that was my situation with the whole posing thing. So now I'm practicing and we meet in person once a week, and then we do a video session posing once a week. So just getting the repetition into it. And then I just wanted to end it by talking about how I felt about the whole coaching experience, hiring a coach. So first and foremost, the price. Is it expensive? This particular coach, I am paying $450 a month, which is pretty steep. He does have a package that is $650 a month, which once again, I mean, you're getting what you pay for, I think, at least. I mean, he says I can text him anytime, call him anytime, just ask questions consistently, which is super nice, just knowing that I can go to him for things. Another point is that it's stressful being held accountable sometimes. Just if you're not good at being disciplined, I mean, you're logging your food and the coach can see it. Like for mine, we're on MyFitnessPal, he can see everything that I eat. And then on check-ins, I do send him pictures of what I look like so he can tell if I'm holding water, if I'm not eating well. And then also I send him my body weight and my food macros so we can see like what my sodium's at if I'm eating a lot of processed stuff, you know, just stuff like that. So if you don't like being held accountable, maybe having a coach isn't for you and you need to do it yourself. So another thing is make sure that you find an honest coach. Make sure that they're truthful in what they're saying and they're not just giving you this BS, basically this runaround, just so they can get paid and you're not really getting any benefits out of it. I like this one because it is in person. There's a lot of coaches out there that don't do in person, and you can just pay them and they'll send you the macros and they'll send you a workout and they'll be like, okay, how do you feel? And they're not like making sure that you're doing it right, you know? Another point is make sure you ask questions, that you're paying this person, this coach, and they're here to help you. Don't be scared to ask questions. At the beginning, I definitely was scared to ask questions because I didn't want to sound stupid, but now looking back, it's more important to me to ask the questions and risk sounding stupid, but it really doesn't matter because this is, for me at least, it's my first time and I'm not expected to know everything. That's why we're hiring someone who knows more than we do. I'm very happy with the coach that I have. I definitely, if it's your first show, I wouldn't advise you doing it without a coach unless you're at least have some kind of knowledge, but if you don't know anything like I didn't going into it, definitely would advise a coach. Just there's so many different things, like as far as workouts, how I should be training, what I should be eating, when I should be eating, just stuff like that. That's super important with having a coach. And this whole process has taught me so much, just how knowledgeable my coach has been about everything. Just being able to tell me like, or if I ask him a question, him being able to answer. Ask him a question, him being able to answer it. And it's just stuff I don't know, stuff I can't just like look up, you know, and figure out. But I mean, I am good at research, but some of the questions some of it just doesn't make sense and I need someone to explain it to me. So it's super good to have him there. And I know a lot of things are like dirty bulking. That's not a freaking thing. I mean, you're just getting fat. Like I was talking about at the beginning, I just got fat. So just like that's important. I didn't know that. Another example is just meal timing. I didn't know how to time my meals around my workout. That's also important. I didn't know that. And then just processed stuff, like if you do other diets that bodybuilders are pushing, just how much sodium you're taking, how much water that makes you hold, and how awful you feel during it. Yeah, but all in all, he's taught me so much just about the whole process. If I had signed up for this show without a coach, I think I would be lost. Like I was saying, I can do research, but just knowing every little thing and being able to go to someone when I do have questions has just been so helpful. Well, anyways, that's basically my whole rant on having a coach. If you're thinking about doing a bodybuilding show, I say do it. I say having a coach is super important though. So I'll just look into that, explore your options, make sure that you know that you're gonna hire a good coach. Like I said, honesty is really important. You just wanna make sure that you're getting what you pay for and that you can go to them with questions without being scared, you know? Definitely advise getting a coach. You really have nothing to lose. Unless you can't afford it, maybe one of the online coaches is something that you could do. Or if you're just trying to lose weight and not really compete, look into a nutrition coach. So yeah, that's my experience with my coach. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you in the next one. Bye.